Also, I'm so ready for Gem to just randomly DM me.
Yeah,
Just
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the bad one first. Also, the recording
Yay.
has started, so be aware.
No
I'm down to
worries.
win,
I'm
I'm eating
famous.
Cheetos,
Woohoo.
low-key.
Yo, that's tough. I have hot Cheetos next to me right now.
Okay, let's see. And then, okay. That's fine. Something I'm noticing is you're holding shield a lot. Sorry, I'm gonna, just because this is for session, I've done with you, I'm going to be pointing out a lot of different things. And I'll point out the things that I've noticed a lot in how you fight, because, yeah. And I point this out because at some point you asked about shield firing, and I want to point out some stuff with it. So something you're doing in a lot of fights is you're doing like this. And like, you'll be pushing into a spot and you'll be doing this. Like, here, let me see if I'm going to clips because I can be lazy that way. Because I was playing as Brella earlier. Because I want to see, like, I want to find out here. Because I'm just fully swimming in, and this is why, because I'm sure you heard the word shieldless thrown around, because from the sounds of it, you got forced to learn how to play shieldless. Like, this is why
Yeah, I'm still
it's
finding that middle ground.
shieldless is like actually you just do not use shield until you're in. Like if you notice, I'm not afraid to use shield in spots like this. This is do I have okay? I only have the one clip on. That so once you're in, great, go for it. You can shield whenever. Cause like I'm gonna point out in the clip. Cause like I literally from what I saw, I'm predicting you're gonna die in that play. And like I can predict that just from
I
seeing how
think
your shield is. What's up, sir?
I think I lived actually, but in that moment, I felt like I felt kind of too cautious, I suppose.
It definitely is too
But like,
cautious.
I agree.
Also, nope. I guess who was
It's 'cause-
correct.
Oh, I died there. Oops. Well,
Yeah, like
it's
literally.
because I kind of like flip flop,
Yeah.
like back and forth. Like I go shieldless sometimes, and I realize I'm losing a lot of games, and I just start using shield again, and then
Yeah.
I win games, but I don't
The thing
get
with
like
shieldless is
what's
the
it
goal
called?
is you're playing
Better
shieldless to get in.
opportunities.
Once you're in, that's when you're using shield.
Okay.
The issue is a
That
lot
makes
of
a lot of
Brella players
sense.
use shield to get in, and then try to use shield to continue the fight. On
That
paper
makes
that
sense.
makes sense and that's doable. I want you to tell me why that isn't doable. Like why you can't use your shield to get into the fight and then continue the fight.
The fight would be over by then.
No, because if you're getting into the fight with your shield, the fight wouldn't be over. Because you're using shield to get into range.
Well, I
and
guess
then
you're
you're
wasting
using shield.
time.
Think a little different. Keep in mind you are using your shield to get in, and then you're trying to use your shield to continue the fight. There's a small issue of your shield has a limited HP pool. So by the time that you actually use your shield to get into the fight, they can either one back off or two they'll just break your shield. So look, what happened here is you took so
makes
long
sense.
with your flares, and then they backed off, and then when you try to go in, it just leads to your death.
Okay.
And that's kind of the thing with shieldless is finding shieldless is helpful to get in because you have less time to react. This is fine. If you want to, you can be boring and play for Jet there. That's fine. I'll be honest, I'd probably just encourage you to play for Jet or just go in here because there's not a. Why?
Yeah, I forgot why I did that.
I understand if your goal was to just like be a physical shield and just hold your shield there, but that is not what you did at all.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. You're rotating.
I definitely could have played for shield there, or play for jet. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's fine. Also, like, I'm gonna point out there, like, just a small thing with, like, shieldless or using a shield and all of that. Like, do you see how you can just, like, realistically, you can just swim through here? Or just take the fight? You holding shield gives them time to actually pick what's happening.
True.
Like, I'm gonna give the really funny thing with Brellas in H-Dive, and considering all four of y'all are here, this is good timing. Because a lot of people don't talk about this, and Brella players especially don't actually understand this, which is weird considering we have to know this to, be able to do much of anything, but we just don't, I guess. Um, so the big thing with H dive is we get to dictate the pace of the match, right? Like we're dictating when things are happening, we're dictating like all of that. That's what the goal is. Or like I guess that's not what the goal is, but that's what the outcome typically is. And I'm not insane on saying that. Y'all have noticed it as well, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point.
yeah. So what Brellas are really good at doing is Brellas are really good at stalling things. But keep in mind, in order to stall, you have to give up your turn to fight in dictating where the fight is. We see how that can be an issue with H-Dive, because you're giving up the advantage of we're choosing everything that's happening to just let someone pound on your shield. Like, using shield as I'm going to be able to extend this position, and I'm going to be able to wedge myself in a spot that would normally be impossible. And that's the strength of shields. Because I'm just gonna give an example, because this is probably something y'all have seen, where like comparing Kraken and Kit going in. Kit can go in and install for like probably 2 or 3 seconds, depending on how much force is on her, which is fine. That's still very helpful. Compare that to Kraken, who can stall the same amount of people for what 5-10 seconds, depending on how they play. That's what shields are good at. Like you want to be using shields to enhance what you're already choosing to do. Not I'm going to give this up, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to point out, because you see how in letting them wail on your shield, now Rain's actually in a spot where they can do damage. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think this Rain is good enough, but like, if I'm the Rain in this spot, I actually probably arc my shot over your shield, and I think you die here.
Yeah.
It's like, you actually had 0 dictation over that fight. That's good. I'd probably rotate forward, but I assume you're just trying to pop, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to pop there.
Good grabbing. This is good. Yeah. And that's fine.
Just
Your
wanted
goal
to
is
get
just buying
points.
time. Yeah, you're buying time with that. You're stopping them from pushing. So I don't think it's that a bad play. Let's see. This is fine. So something I'd point out, because I have a hunch you're gonna grab here.
Yes.
Can you tell me why you shouldn't grab here?
I just get lasered.
I mean, it's not even the getting lasered part, because no matter what, like whoever grabs is gonna get lasered. There's a reason in particular I think you shouldn't grab, and it has to deal with like
Special?
someone getting lasered. Not even. I actually think if you pop Jet here, you just get nuked frame 1.
Yeah.
No, my thing is, instead of grabbing, what happens if you go forward and shield? Because now you can have a teammate come in behind you and push for points.
True.
Because like at the end of the day, what's up?
I kind of just didn't trust my teammates there, so I just wanted. That's why I grabbed, I suppose.
Okay, so I'm gonna point this out considering it's a team setting. So you're saying you don't trust
Yeah.
Kraken and Kit enough to grab?
Yeah, that sounds
I
pretty
wouldn't
bad.
trust. To be fair, I wouldn't trust me and Kit either in that session. Because we were losing.
Okay, considering y'all are teammates, I would have at least enough trust. Okay, I trust that
Yeah.
you know to do this. If you don't, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just. I guess I'm just conditioned for solo queue.
I get you.
I think that's the thing.
Again, it's fine. I'm not judging. I'm pointing things out, and we'll figure out how to work around it. Like, you can ask because I'm fairly sure I've done a review with pretty much everyone here besides you. I don't typically judge, and I don't typically force things unless I think you have to. I will figure out how you want to play and work with you, but because like I'm just pointing out here, you could have gotten the kill, and then this would be a free grab for a teammate.
Mhm.
And again, it's not terrible, because I'm gonna be honest, I think the play itself still works, because realistically you can get you get to not 1.
Yeah.
Just like I don't think you had to die there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. True.
And again, I'm not saying to be afraid of dying, but it's just, why did they run Rain off?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's fine.
And
I can't say anything about going over grades. It's just kind of if you feel it's worth it, you just know it's a risk.
Yeah.
If you want to go over grades, you should communicate it in advance to your team, though, so that way it can be covered for you. Because you are not a tent, Brella. You cannot shield yourself across that entire gap.
Yeah.
This is fine. I just fish for fights here. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, I think if you're just looking bored and you fish for fights, you KO here. Because, like, I want to find out with going back, because I actually get the idea. If you're going back, your goal is to hold. Does it make sense to hold in this position?
No.
I'd agree with that. Like, for the record, you actually can say yes to that. I disagree and talk about it, but, like, everyone's different. Also, I think you probably want to jet earlier before they actually get on your shield. Because by the time someone's continuously shooting on your shield, you need to swim a little before you can pop jet.
Yeah, fucked up there.
Again, it's not terrible, but just I will push you to do things that won't make you explode. This is good. Like, this is perfect. Like, if you go forward here, this is what you're looking for with shieldless, by the way. Because you can get in and choose your fight. Because, like, let's say you kept going forward instead of rolling back, because I'm going to tear apart that decision, because you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
If you go forward, do you
I
see
figured
how...
they were gonna laser me, so I just I thought I
If they
would mix
laser
up
you,
my
they can't
movement or
laser
whatever.
your
But
teammates.
yeah,
Because you're rolling back, it
and they're looking
increases the
back as
odds of them
well.
lasering your teammates.
Yeah, that was kind of like a weird thing I did.
I get it. Trust me, I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I do the play myself. I do the same thing myself sometimes. I get it. Like, I want to point out, like, let's say you went forward because you can get to the podium. That's when you can turn around and use your shield. Because you see how far away, like, it's a mix of they're far enough away, but also that's such a hard spot for them to actually push into you on. Because if something's going wrong, you just bail forward. Because what are they going to really do? Chase you through it such a narrow area? Like, if they do that, you kill them for free. And it just lets you take the fight on your terms, if that makes sense. Because you're in a spot where it's okay, it's open enough, I can actually choose what's happening and then pick your fight. Because, like, let's say you choose to fight here, we both kind of agree this is on the Galuga's terms. Like, they get to choose where it's happening, and they can rotate out of the fight if they want. It's not forced. And again, like, literally, I think you went forward, that's just such a free fight on Galuga. I get why you roll back, just it confirmed your death.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is fine. I'd actually just cut left in front of Rain, by the way. Because boring question, and you're gonna get sick of hearing me say this. All of y'all are. What wins the game?
Objective.
What does this? What does this play do for objective?
Nothing.
I mean, okay, there is actually something it's doing for objective, because it's putting objective on a time limit, because it has to go forward here. The issue, it has to go forward there.
Yeah. That's kind of what my thought process was.
Fair. Just my entire thing there is, if you can cut Rain off, it's more valuable here. Because, like, the first people up, more or less dictate how much time the rest of the team has to set up for something. So, like, you're going behind, right? That means anyone else who's coming in behind you has to play strictly for objective, because there's no time for them to not set up, if that makes sense. Because Rain has to go forward there. If you cut in front of it, like, let's say that you die and you only stall it for a second, your teammates now have a second to set up before they have to shoot objective, if that makes sense. Like, it's a small thing, but keep in mind, time is multiplicative. Like, I'm not sure how much you've read in the doc. But, like, actually, I guess this is a fun question. How much time is in a game?
2 minutes.
Pardon?
2 minutes.
So yes and no. Sorry, you're gonna have to give me a second so I can do math.
Okay. Wait,
So,
I'm kind of confused.
don't worry. It's meant to be confusing unless you know it.
Oh.
So fun fact: there's 16 minutes left in this game.
16.
Each player
is it
has
like
2 minutes to influence the
technicalities?
game. So, like, if you stall Rainmaker for 1 second, it's trading out on both sides, right? Because on your end, you're not moving forward, they're not moving forward. But the rest of your team now has 1 second to move without needing to worry about objective. So like, you're getting in front of objective, instead of it being 1 second, it gives your team 3 seconds to work with, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
And that's kind of why, if you can, you want to get in front of objective early, and especially if you're one of the first people up. It's funny because I was
True.
talking about it with some people, because there's this idea of, oh yeah, if you're the first one up, you should never go forward. This is where the first one up should go forward and just stall time, because that time is just additive or multiplicative. Anyways, sorry, boring lesson, but
No, it's okay. I get it.
considering you play a skirmishy weapon, I think it's crucial.
Yeah.
And I say that because I don't know if I've, Chrysalis Kid, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've told either of you this, but I know I've told Kraken this.
Yes.
What
Wait,
about
can,
it?
I just,
wait, can you go back here a bit?
of course.
When I was on the snipe position.
I'll be honest, the only thing I can say there is I think you just keep going forward anyways. I was just gonna kind of let that
Really?
pass.
'Cause
Yeah.
I was sort of hesitating whether to go forward or throw bombs and stall, but like I
So-
decided to go forward, I guess, because of
first-
hyper dive.
I mean, no, like, I'm saying here you should have gone forward. Like,
Think so?
because you wait here, yeah. Because, like, first thing, what we were just talking about with time and how it's multiplicative, if you go forward, stalling 2 people means it's just more time for your team. And the other thing is, even if you just trade one person out, they're having to come into a 2v3, pushing into a really rough position. Like, any damage that you do now is long-term to their structure, just because you have respawns. And the other thing is, obviously, what wins the game? Objective. Even if it's just stalling objective for a second, it's helpful. Because I'm sure y'all have noticed this, because it's weird in the moment. But the funny thing with H-Dive is you do a play like this, where you're going to fully commit forward. And
Yeah.
it's going to feel like you did nothing. And then you're going to look at the play 15 seconds later, and you're
Yeah.
going to see exactly what it did. Because, like, going
Mm.
forward in this case literally just prevents 2 of them from being able to do something for a while. So it's like, you wait here and then go forward, and do you see how Gluga's still coming forward? If you were going forward,
Yeah.
by now you'd either be fighting Gluga, in which case it's an easy fight, and you probably trade at the worst, or you're rotating forward and you're stalling Gluga and spray, or not spray, splash, before they can pop. And either of those is really helpful. Because like if you trade out Glugas, they have nothing in front of rain. If you go forward and stall their pop, any of your respawns that are coming in just have to 1v whatever, or have to whatever number, probably a 2v1 the Gluga. Like, you wait and now they're set up, if that makes sense. Like, it's a very
Yeah.
small thing of like 1 second, but it matters.
Okay.
Let's. Honestly, I might look over
Okay.
one of the games that I was playing. What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say, Kit, look in DM. You can keep quiet.
Let's see. This is fine. Probably would just rotate right instead of grabbing personally, but yeah, I don't care much. Also, if you're boring, you stall at this point. I'm just pointing it out because look at the time. I'm not judging one way or another. Stay.
Yeah.
I will eventually condition y'all to stall.
Mhm.
This is fine. Also, again, I'm pointing out. Look at how long you're holding your shield. Like, I
Yeah.
get it, but I think if you can cycle through shield a little faster, it's a lot better. Because like, it's not terrible. Like, after this shot, you can literally drop off right side and shoot them, and then move, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because in staying here, you're giving the enemy team more information, and with more information, they know, okay, this is where you are, this is how I'm going to plan it to deal with you. Which, that's one of the big things with, shields. Like, you can ask Kraken because, I think Kraken's finally realized it. Whenever I fight Kraken, it's, in Kraken shielding, I know, like, Kraken is giving up information, and I just say, fuck you, I'm not fighting. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Kraken, if you've not noticed that, because you should.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, ultimately it's subtle, but, like, you see how messy this can get just from what you should have died. Literally, if that was a frame off, you die. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that perfect of an example for why you don't do that. This is fine. I don't really have much to comment on this because I get it. Please run this right if you're gonna grab it. Do not run it into them. You're handing it to them like it's a gift.
Mm.
Because like, realistically, what does that do? Like, yes, they have to repop. And, like, if you were trying to grab just to make them repop, that's fine. But you had the chance to run it away from them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you can drag them out of position, it just makes your life easier. Okay, I was looking at that and I'm like, why do I have a gut feeling that shot's gonna explode in like the most embarrassing way possible? That's fine.
Yeah, I got Zuka there.
That's fine. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's much you could have done one way or another. Also pointing out, I'd rotate right side and keep an eye on ramp here.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if you win or lose this, considering no, you lose. No, they lose. Wait, no, other way. You lose this. Okay. I don't know why I was
Yeah.
flipping colors. Because rotating left on paper is fine. I want to talk about a small difference though. So, boring question. What wins the game?
Objective.
Okay. In this case, what can you do to make sure that they don't have a chance to push objective?
Stall. Or
I
kill
don't
them.
even know if I'd say stall or kill. Like, obviously, kill is one of the answers. But keep in mind, kills are a byproduct of how you want to play the game. You shouldn't
Mhm.
be necessarily fishing for kills. Exception is chargers. And chargers are fucking weird. If you want, I can give you the answer here.
Please.
So the enemy team has to run up a ramp to get to pedestal. So you can go to the right and guard pedestal. Because you're going left here, right?
Yeah.
Do you see how that doesn't actually stop them from getting the pedestal? Like, I'm just going to talk about the boring thing of force. Let's back up a second and go to overhead. Because you remember the main things with force, of like direct force and glancing force, right?
Yeah.
And why both are important? Which direction is your force facing if they pop and go? Or, like, what type of force would you be
Right.
if they just pop and go?
Like, what's it called? Like
Do you have direct
offhand
or
force?
glancing?
Like you're,
Glancing. Yeah.
yeah, like glancing. Yeah.
Because like in this case, it's just glancing force. Like staying
Yeah.
behind to just have direct force on where they have to go, I think is just worth it. It's boring, but like I'm gonna leave it at this point. Because I want to point out, you go forward, that's fine. I agree with this play. I'm shocked your shot got that greedy. Dude had Zuka. Like, I'm gonna point out here, just because, yeah, it's just messy. Also, something
Yeah.
with rain, because I pointed it out earlier of how you're basically giving them rain like a gift. You did the same thing there, and that's why it's costly, and that's why I pointed it out. Here, I want to actually look over one of my games if you don't mind, because I want to point out something with,
That's fine.
like, there's a few things I can point out. Yeah, let's go over this game. Just because I actually remember that game, because there was a DC halfway through, which was really fucking funny.
Oh.
Okay. And I will acknowledge this isn't going to be at peak speed, but it'll still be very fast. So, I want to find out with movement. Do you see how I'm waiting till now to use shield?
Yeah.
This is what you should be looking for. Because in this spot, I can dictate when the fight's happening, if that makes sense. Because like, you can see how, okay, I'm shooting and I'm deciding, am I going to move or am I going to hold shield? And like in this case, yeah, I dive. Like, you also see how damaging this is to their structure, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's not a... That's not a meaningless death.
That was a really good push.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm not even playing with HI players. Yeah, I'm skipping that. That's a unfortunate jump. But Sorry, I know it's kind of boring to go over shieldless stuff, but I honestly think, like, from
No,
what
that's
I've
fine.
seen, I think the big things that would help you the most is like just being aware of the direction of your force and playing like at pace more. And also going to point out with shieldless, you can see how I'm playing it. Like I'm not looking
Yeah.
to shield first. I'm using shield as a byproduct of okay, I'm going to be in a fight, and I'm using it just long enough to not die.
That roller
was
was
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm so pissed about that. I wanted to go up and jet, and I kind of die for it. But I do want to point out if you're watching my shield, you do see how much less I'm flaring it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I'm not even saying that flaring is a bad. It's just time and place. Because
No,
I
I
think you
get it.
can see the difference. Like, I am trying to get into point blank range.
Yeah.
And it's also why I actually hate people who say like, "Oh yeah, Brellas can't fight." Oh, I remember this. I was so fucking tight.
Well,
Damn.
that always
That's
bothers
so
me on
ass.
Brella.
Yeah,
I don't play Brella often,
Yeah.
but that always somehow manages to happen.
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
really
not a
heated
big
about
deal.
it.
What happens?
Yeah. Also, something I will point out, it's harder to see on zone. But do you see how with my force, I'm very much just trying to have it be direct force?
Mhm.
With Borellas in particular, you're actually the best at both putting out and receiving direct force. Because, like, obviously you have a shield, but like, you have a shield that paints your feet.
Yeah.
And on paper, those two aren't different, or aren't that different. But, like, if you paint your feet, you can instantly squid roll out of a position. And that's where shit gets scary. Because you can fully dictate fights on their terms. It's stupid. Like, obviously, boring thing, we can just go over lines if you want, but I feel this in and of itself is probably good enough to help give you a baseline. Because I don't even think your baselines are bad. Like, I want to look
I
over
just
your
wish I had. Go ahead.
Yeah, you first.
I just wish I had like, what's it called? Like Brella VODs to review and like top players that play Brella, because there's like none right now, and I feel like that would help. Um, that would help me a lot.
Best I can offer is I can try to play Brella. Like, I have some from stream today. Because, like, this is on stream. These games are literally on stream.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because I was streaming Looting. I was streaming Looting and I streamed just playing open. Like, there's a good chunk of... Like, if you want, just fire me a message like, hey, can I get some replays on from Brella? And I can play it.
Okay.
Also, like, ignore this. I was trying to get onto Sponge. It didn't work.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, you can get onto Sponge, and if they paint Sponge, you can get into their spawn. It's great.
That's really funny.
Like,
Is
if
it
you
a tight window?
No, not even. It's just getting onto it's a little rough. And also hoping that they don't kill you and paint the Sponge, but
Yeah.
only so much you can do there. Let's see. So I'm trying to just look for key moments to find out some stuff. Also pointing out, even with objective, it's just I'm looking mainly to see where can I fight and where can I just make the enemy team not have a fun time. And I will point out there is a difference in how we play. So I'm gonna ask a fun question. What are your goals when you're playing this game? Like as a player, what do you find the most fun and what do you want to enhance in how you're playing? Because like for me, what I find the most fun is I love dominating like the macro sense of the game and making sure the enemy team just does not have fun. And I can do that by like just shutting down any single push that they're trying to set up and just making sure they have to fight on my terms. I know like I can give an example because from what it sounds like, Chrysalis finds mechanics the most fun. Just going in and just mechanic diffing people, which is fine. I have no complaints there. Because they're also learning how to play the base game. Kit likes to focus on movement and just being a gremlin with bow, which is fine. Do you know what your goal is in that regard?
Well, for me personally, I I just like taking attention from them. I like skirmishing and just being a general prick on their side.
Can you define that a bit more? Because that feels very general to gameplay actions, like compared to just the goals
Mm.
that you have. Also, give me 1 second. Things are gonna get weird because I'm unplugging my computer to go grab my charger,
No, you're good.
and I'd rather be able to keep with conversation. So, but yeah, if it's literally just that's all you can define for now, that's fine.
I
Like, I'm
think
not gonna judge.
hold up.
Take your time.
I think what like I really like like what I really enjoy in this game is how much I can influence using my Brella. Like
Uh,
how much damage I could do to the opposing team. How much difference I can make, I guess.
okay. So more or less,
That's general too,
that's
but
no,
that's what I got.
that's much more specific.
Okay.
It's still general, but it's a lot more workable. Because now I can look at,
Yeah.
okay, your goal is to influence the enemy team, like what the enemy team can and can't do.
Yeah.
And like, on paper, small difference. In execution, it's huge. So I'm gonna back out of this, and I'm going to. Why does? I'm so sad. Whenever I do some stuff with my capture card, it likes to just break the audio sometimes. There we go.
Bruh.
You have got to be kidding me. Okay, thank you. The audio
What?
cut for a second, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding
Oh,
me.
it was working for me.
It's fine on my end now.
Ah, okay.
It just stuttered for like half a second, and I'm like, dude, you can't do this to me.
Yeah, my capture card does that sometimes. Like it just cuts out for a sec and it comes back
That's
in.
fine. It's more so that I unplugged and replugged some stuff.
Mm.
Because I do literally just took my computer halfway across the house. This is fine. Yeah, I'm shocked that you get pop here. It's like, I'm gonna point out, if your goal is to be, like, disrupt what they can do, there's 2 different ways that you can play it. And I want to see which one you like more. So,
Mhm.
there's 2 different options. One is you're going to remove options from what they can do. So like, let's say you go forward over grades. That's removing their options. So like, here, let me go to overhead real quick so I can explain this a little better. And if you need me to, tell me, and I can start up Epic Pen. I'm just not starting that up because I'm being boring.
Sorry,
In
oh
my
what?
start up Epic Pen, like the software that I use to make marks on replays.
Ah, okay.
Like there's 2 different ways you can play this. So one, you can continue over grades, and like let's say you kill Viper and you just go forward. That prevents them from being able to actually do anything there. Which is really helpful because now your team can focus on one central location. Or you have the other way, which is you're going to force the enemy team to respond to you and accept, hey, there's just a chance that I die. So in this case, instead of going great, you'd be basically booking it straight at the wall string. Because in this case, the enemy team has to react to you or die.
Mhm.
And I'm curious, which one of those sounds more fun to you? And if both sound equally fun, that's fine.
Hmm. I mean, I guess I kind of like grades more,
Okay,
honestly, because I like taking like offhand angles and I like taking weird angles
I
and
gotcha.
just kind of like rolling with it
Okay. So
and making it work.
wanting to add on to this because I'm wanting to make sure I'm understanding. More or less, you enjoy being able to do weird things that put more strain on you, but isn't you have to fight and it's a live or die fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to write that down somewhere because I like having a general gist of things. Um,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
it's
that sounds
really
really
fun.
fun thinking about it right
I
now.
gotcha. Sorry, I wanted to write that just because hi, welcome to what I do in coaching. I build a profile on people. I don't coach a ton of people at once. And there's a reason for it.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Then I want to find out something with this on a larger scale, and this is more so you can be aware of this for any future things and reviewing for yourself. Um, if your goal is to take off angles, that's great. Um, know that Kraken is going to take the forcing angle. The reason I say that is obviously Varellas have to be aware of each other so we're not bombing each other. But
True.
you can also use that as okay, do you know Kraken's going to go for a forcing angle? Now you can look for what spots Kraken needs covered. Um, Look, I'm going to use an example. So like, let's say that you were pushing further into their spawn. So like you see the uninkable, like by their ramp, like the uninkable structure, not. If you don't, that's fine.
Wait, can you write that down?
No, like I'm giving an
Can you use your
example.
pen?
Oh, okay. Ah, shit. Give me a second so I can
Yeah.
open up Epic Pen. You'll have to give me a second so I can set up OBS to actually
Okay.
be recording it. Please tell me Epic Pen wants to work today. It does. Great. Sometimes Epic Pen just doesn't want to work.
The fuck?
I just learned to stop
Oh, I saw your
questioning
little
it.
mouse there.
Where is... what the Epic Pen is deciding to be weird today, I guess.
Oh.
Okay, let's do this. What do you mean Epic Pen is null? Excuse me? Whatever, I'm showing this.
What?
What the fuck do you mean Epic Pen is null?
How does that even work?
I wish I could tell you, dude. Uh, I'm gonna kill this. I don't understand. Because I'm getting markings on
That's very
my
interesting.
end. And it's just, what do you mean it's null? We're gonna, give me a second, I'll see how well I can remember. Okay, now that what, okay. What, you have got, I am going to scream. What, this is so
Bro, what the? Yo, what is even going on?
don't worry about it, it's,
It's Bro's setup is chopped, I guess.
okay. You can see this now.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
Dope.
I don't know why that was such a nightmare, but sure.
Is OBS picking it up?
Oh no, it is. It's just Epic Pen likes to
Okay.
be weird. So look, I'm gonna say
Cool.
like you're pushing into here, because I'm wanting to give examples and point some stuff out with this. Um,
Mhm.
so you're pushing in through there, right? Let's say
Yeah.
in this case, Kraken would probably be taking a forcing spot, which would be this. The reason that's valuable is you can know like in advance. Okay, Kraken is probably going to take a line that looks like this. And as such, you can know you should take your line like this, because this is literally removing any
Mhm.
option for them to not fight into Kraken. And it's a small thing, but it's just helpful because you have a visual indicator. Most teams don't get that luxury.
Mhm.
And I'll try to look over some of the games from the UD set, and I'll try to point out some examples with that. And so
Okay.
this is going to go all over the place because now I'm defining some stuff with your playstyle, but it's important to do that before
No,
I
it's
can
okay.
meaningfully work with something.
Uh-huh.
Or work with a player. Because like there, that spot you just push forward, and there's a few reasons for it.
Yeah.
One, obviously you're an HDI player, it stalls their attention. But you know how you were talking about your goal is taking weird angles and just forcing them to react?
Yeah.
If you get to here, they have to react to you. Because if
Yeah.
not, there's the threat of, oh yeah, Ranster's gonna push and that's painted. So like, you can look for a threat of, okay, if you don't deal with me, I'm going to set something up for objective. Because the unfortunate thing with Brellas and looking to get people to fight us, some people just won't fight us.
Yeah.
So you have to have two plans. One for if they're going to fight you, and one for if they're not going to fight you. And like in this case, if you go forward and they fight you, great, that's an easy fight. If they don't fight you, great, you paint. Hopefully that makes sense, and I'm not saying anything too absurd.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
Wait, hold up, Yurby.
Yep.
All right, I'm back.
Sick. That was faster than I
But yeah,
thought it
that's
was.
one of the things. Huh?
Good.
What was I gonna say? God damn it, I already forgot.
You were saying that's one of the
Oh
things.
yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, that's one of the things that I always have on my mind is that they could just quit looking at me and just kind of ignore me any second. So I like that's something I always have in mind.
I gotcha.
And I don't. Yeah, I'll
I
leave it at
assume
that.
you've not had much of an answer before of, okay, if they stop looking at me, now what?
Yeah.
Okay. I can help you there.
Okay.
And it's
Good.
ironic because I think how I play Brella is closer to how you play. So I'm just laughing because I really do just play like both you and Kraken at once. Also, like, I'm gonna put it there because I've noticed this in some of your fights. Sorry, a boring thing, but I need to mention it because it's kind of Brella fighting 101.
It's okay.
In this case, the enemy player knows you're coming here, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna fight it, you have to commit to fighting with your shield, and you have to let them just bail on your shield. If your goal is to
Yeah,
do
the
something
thing.
cheeky, you have to do it.
That's true.
Like,
But
what's
I
up?
was kind of like I remember exactly why I didn't push up there. It's because I was low in ink, and I was like, I was kind of like hesitating
I
there.
mean, that's fine, but like, you can also do like this. You can go up to here because you can just squid roll there. You can squid roll over to here, like squid roll. Oh, why is there hair in my mouth? Whatever. Sorry, that just was a. I have 2 cats, so it's not shocking to me, but why? Look, you can rotate to
Mhm.
either of these, and you don't actually have to shoot. But like, either way, the heavy actually can't shoot you here, because you're taking the center line, which requires you to have ink. Because like, do you see how you
I
dial
guess
in
one of
a
my
fight? What's up?
habits is that like I usually like engaging in fights with like near a full ink tank because um I guess Brownie used to be like really ink inefficient before like all those buffs, so I guess I'm conditioned from that.
Actually argue its counterpoint, because I don't think it was ever the ink inefficiency. Um, I think it's how far you space, because you space at the edge of your range a lot.
Hmm.
I'm sure that sounds weird because I'm sure you can think of most of your fights which feel point blank. And there's a small difference, and I want to point out. I think the enemy team spaces will push into you, and that's what changes your spacing. I don't think it's you fully space in your own range, if that makes any sense.
I'm kind of confused
Yeah. So like here, I can
how
give.
that
What's up?
like I'm not being rude here, but I'm kind of confused how that has to relate to the efficiency
Yeah.
that I mentioned.
So big thing with ink efficiency is the further you space out. So like this is roughly the edge of Brella's range, right? Uh, I know you can
Mhm.
hit a little further than that, but that's roughly the edge of its range. And at that range, you have to have 3 shots to kill someone, right?
Yeah.
If you're spacing here, you can 2-shot them. The big difference is how much you space out changes how much ink you need to win the fight. The closer you
Mm,
are, the less ink you actually need. Because the closer you are, you can
okay.
quickly get behind someone and you don't need your shield. So that's less ink. The closer you are, you can 2-shot them, which is less ink. If you're deciding to bail on the fight entirely, this is a single shot, and then you can get in closer, which is less ink. Like, I don't think it's in and of itself ink efficiency. I think it's how you take the fights, which demands the ink efficiency, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Because like in this case, do you see how you're taking this fight? It requires you to hold shield.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just went on top mid and you just shot twice, or on their snipe and you just shot twice.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say it's pretty. Like obviously you can play to use shield. Like please do, but you don't need shield if that makes sense. Or you don't need shield or ink if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
just knowing how to manage your ink with how you're fighting. Like after this game, I'll go back to one of the games that I was playing, and I'll point out some stuff with ink efficiency, I think. Just because, considering what you were saying, it sounds like that's something that might be helpful to go over and to get you comfortable
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
So this is fine. If your goal is to take wide angles, by the way, I know Stamp's here, but I would just push right side. Which is what you do. You just commit to it. Like, it feels like you're hesitating because you want to see what the enemy team is doing. And there's only
Yeah,
so
I
much I
did
can say
hesitate.
to that. It's just kind of you just have to get used to, this is what I'm doing, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because the
I
quicker
saw
you,
a big stamp, and
I
I
get
was
it.
like, oh, that's kind of scary.
The thing is, if Stamp wants to kill you, it's probably gonna kill you there.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can actually control in that. Oh my.
Yeah. That was a super lag out there.
Yeah. Okay. So looking at
Oh,
this.
oh yeah, I realized
Mhm.
that the reason why I wasn't like full sending there is because like I wanted to get enough distance from the ultra stamp, so I have a better chance of like, I guess, killing it. Because
I get you.
if I'm like up front, then I might just get one shot.
The thing is, though, if you're out of range, they also just have the chance of chucking Stamp at you and one-shotting you. Like, I don't think,
Mm.
and I know it's a small thing, but like, I think if you can control the fight, it's easier on you. Also, you know that Brella can shoot through Stamp, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So
I kind of wanted like to like kite them. I guess that was my
fair.
thought process.
Also, I'm just thinking, random assignment you and Kraken can both do. Both of you should go into a PB and help each other shoot through Stamp consistently.
Okay.
It's not going to be quite as valuable to you, but it'll be really valuable to you still, because you can just get one shot through it, move, and shoot behind them, and that can kill. It's not 10, just one shotting. Anyways, pointing out, just because your goal, do you see how direct of a line you're taking? Like, if your goal
Mhm.
is to open things up and draw attention away and remove their options, take wider lines. That's a terrible line. So I'm redoing that because that's gonna piss me off.
Oh,
It's still a terrible line, but it's much better. Like, if you do something like
it's
that,
fine.
it's gonna force them to look away and have to deal with you. Because especially like this is you have to take the direct fight.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna sound weird, but it's something with H-Type that I feel I'm constantly bringing up. Our goal is max speed if we can get it. Yes. But I want to point out, max speed is not max velocity, which is weird. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. So here, I'm gonna go to overhead real quick so I can explain this.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sure that sounds very weird considering those two things on paper are almost the same. So to me, max speed is okay. You can move this far in any 1 second. You're expecting to move this far in any 1 second. So in this case, like let's say you take a really wide line, but you're moving at the max speed you can do. That is still moving at max speed. The goal isn't max velocity, which is this, which is the quickest movement
I
you
see.
can do in terms of objective. Um, like I wouldn't encourage taking this wide of a line. Don't get me wrong. There's any number of reasons I can point out why I wouldn't take that wide of a line, but I would encourage a line like this, even if it has to take you offline.
Mhm.
Again, it's a very small and subtle thing, but like, don't be afraid of it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of concerned going not
Yeah.
at max speed, so
Again,
I
you
kind of
can
just threw myself at them.
play at max speed. It's just you don't
Yeah.
need to be moving pure forward. Or okay, it's not that you don't have to be moving pure forward, but you're allowed to curve your line. It doesn't have to be like a perfectly straight line. In fact, please don't do that.
Okay.
Like, yes, browsers are better at doing that, but like, please don't do that. I'm not sure what you can really do there. That's kind of just a decision-making one, or decision-making thing.
Yeah. They're kind of just holding charge at me. I was like confused there.
You could
But I
have taken
guess
the fight. It's just you put shots on the range first, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you
Mhm.
just gave away some time on that, which is fine. Just if your goal is to live there. Okay. This is fine. That's tragic. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good. I'll just say, you know, you don't have to do objective, right? Your teammates are just as responsible over objective as you are. Like, because I feel like I'm just going off of what I'm noticing. It feels like you just want to do this, and like do it.
Yeah.
Because like, just do it. Like, objective is not your thing. Everyone on your team has an equal like reason to pop and grab rain. That's the benefit of
Yeah.
H-Dive. You're not a support. You're not an anchor. You're a player. And as such, you're randomly going to need to grab rain. Alright. And it's fun. I really just think that looks so wrong. I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that, and I'm like,
I
what the
was-
fuck?
I was like, how the fuck am I missing at point blank? But it might have been like lag or something.
I mean, your aim was off. Like, respectfully, your aim was off, but this is fine.
It felt like I was hitting my shots, but it was just going through them.
Nah. Not really. This is fine. Like, I think the only thing I can really point out here, because I'm noticing it just consistently, you're making the right movement decisions, but you're making them so slow. Like, you have the right idea, it just feels like you're second guessing everything.
That's true.
Like, I'd much rather you commit forward to the wrong play with the confidence of it's the right play. Because I can work with that, but you kind of have to build up the confidence of I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, I really need to work on my confidence.
Have I given you the age-old advice for an H-type player?
I don't know.
Do you have your controller next to you by chance? Because I want you to mimic this so you can get used to the feeling. Okay, pick up your controller. Take your thumb, bend it 90 degrees, and hook it under the left joystick, so it's going pure forward.
Okay.
And you do that for multiple games for an hour.
Okay.
And if you think I'm joking, I'm not. Like, unironically,
That sounds pretty simple.
most it's simple until you have to do it.
Yeah. That's the part that I have trouble with most.
Like, if you can do that, it's helpful because you just get used to it. And you don't have to think about how you're moving because it's just, you're going forward. I would have just ran for rain here, by the way. I respect this. Just good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this game. This is where you escape to the right side. Or you push to the right side.
I think I fell down here.
That's fine.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Like, I can find out some stuff there, but like, I feel it's kind of a repeat of some of the stuff I've been saying. Oh, I remember this. I'm gonna fast forward through this because this is just stalling jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Also, I'm curious because you've had more time playing with H-Dive. Do you still feel stealth jump is unnecessary for an H-Dive Brella?
Nope. For H-Dive specifically, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty much mandatory.
Yeah. So I'm just laughing because in the past you fought me on it. And I am most definitely a little petty.
Nah, it's good.
I'm gonna skip over the rest of this because I remember this game now. There wasn't really anything special that happened. Unless you can remember something that you'd want to go over.
No.
I'd like to look over one of my games and just point out some stuff with like where you can choose to go. If that makes sense. Because the limitation I'm running into now is speed. Like the speed you're playing at. Is limiting some of the options I'd actually encourage you to go for. Which I'd say on your end is fortunate though, because it's not a hard skill to work on your speed and this at the same time. Where is... So I'm trying to remember if any of these were really good. I think this one was. we're gonna run into a 50-50 chance of I was playing meta because Yoshi was getting pissed off. Because Yoshi was saying things, and I just thought it would be funny. Because I can slow down a lot, I just don't typically. Because I find it much less fun. Also, something I will say
That's
with
real.
coaching, if you ever feel something I'm saying isn't helpful, or what I'm doing isn't helpful, just tell me, and we'll work with it.
Okay.
And I'll change
Okay.
things. Just say, like,
Okay.
because you haven't done a ton of coaching with me, how I will coach, how I will customize however I'm coaching to the individual. As a heads up.
Okay.
That's fine. There's not much I could have actually done there.
Noted.
But I want to just point out, like, because this game I'm just gonna focus on. I'm trying to take different angles to show you what it can look like. Because, like, in this case, I died a dapple here. Like, I can point out what I was wanting to go for. Like, in this case, I'm actually trying to go around this way. Because if I do that, here, let me go to overhead real quick. And I'm curious, do you know why I'm trying to take that curved line in particular?
To take attention?
Because this is the line I'm trying to take. Just giving an easier visual.
Hmm.
Because taking attention is some of it, but I
To
don't need to take it
funnel
away from
them into your teammates?
Correct.
Oh. Yo, I got it correct.
Yeah, and that's why I'm wanting to go over this, and point out some stuff. Because when you're taking off angles, the best thing is you can force them into your team, or they have to
That's
fight
so
you.
true, actually. Yeah.
Because in this scenario, because I did this multiple different times. The enemy team either has to fight, or it just kind of die. There's not a lot of good options. And, like, I'm not even gonna be like, oh yeah, I played this game perfect or something, but yeah. Because, like, here I go back here, and my goal is I'm wanting to just shut down this side from what the enemy team can use, which on paper isn't like the most helpful thing. Because I think on paper, me going forward is probably more helpful. But I'm gonna ask you the fun thing. Why do you think I'm taking this position? Like, why am I staying here and entertaining this fight compared to, like, going up here, going all the way back here, going here, staying back here and painting? Like, why this decision in particular?
Um, to stall for teammates, I guess.
Who am I really stalling, though? Because in this case, I'm engaged in a direct 1v1. Like, it's versus a Dapple. That's kind of a fight or die moment.
Yeah. I don't know, actually.
Fair. Here, let me clear this up. So the big thing is, if I'm fighting here, I can pretty confidently say, okay, I can hold this area and my team doesn't have to worry about this, right?
Mhm.
And here's a fun thing about force. So there's two ways that I can hold this spot in particular. I can hold this directly, or I can hold this indirectly and hold up here. The reason I bring up the second is in controlling this, like, the reason I'm fighting this area first is now all my team has to worry about is this line. Which, like, I think we can both agree that's so much easier for a team.
Yeah,
You just
for
have to
sure.
watch that flat line. So if I'm clearing this first, because I know that long term my goal is to go up here, right?
Mhm.
I know that in clearing this, my team, it just clears this up for my team. Like, I'm removing options my team has to think about in fighting this way, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because there's two different ways that you can think of, okay, I'm going to take an off angle or take a weird angle. You're either removing something for your team to deal with or you're adding something for the enemy team to deal with. If that makes
Mhm.
sense. Obviously, there's more than just those two, but those are really the big two that are dominant and show up consistently. Look, you can see I commit to this fight, because again, it's kind of a live or die moment, and I'm still just trying to hold this left side. And now as soon as I see, okay, my team is set up, now I'm going forward. And if you notice, like, I was ready to drop left side. That was kind of just
Mhm.
I'm gonna trust
Yeah.
my team here because I want to go forward, and then I drop. Ignore me doing this. I was trying to do something fancy.
Oh my god, other one. Oh.
Yeah, and like this is just I'm behind them. I don't want to go all the way back, so I will pop a jet. Here I'm just gonna trust my team.
That's fair.
And, like, I'm gonna find out here. You can see I'm playing bloodthirsty. Like I just want to kill here, and it's fun. You don't have to play fancy. Like I say that because like don't be afraid to just fight something, or to just play pure fights.
Mhm.
I say that because like I don't know why skirmishing players in particular really like to try to play fancy, and I'm just as bad because there I just go point blank and shoot. But still. Then this is fine. Like, again, I'm gonna find out. I'm taking this right side a lot, but do you see how I'm forcing them to deal with this? And I'm clearing it for my
Yeah.
team? That's why I'm taking this. Like, even if I don't directly win the fight, look at how many resources they're trying to put onto me. Like, any resources they put onto you
True.
here is great. And then, okay, cool, I've done my job. I can go up and I can just go fight things now. Also, yeah, sorry, I'm pointing at things because I've already brought up 3 main things. Do you see how I'm shield flying here? Because I feel in this
Mhm.
scenario, you would just hold shield consistently. Just from past, like, looking at past
Yeah.
fights you've taken. And, like, you can
Yep.
look at mine where it's all very clean. I'm just gonna shoot and then move. Shoot, move, shoot. Like, I'm not
Damn.
thinking about it. And then I'm gonna do it again.
Whoa.
And, like, only reason I
Nice.
die there is a torp.
Yeah.
And, like, ideally I don't die, and honestly, that's non-zero chance I can do that. Oh yeah, in this case, I just wanted to stall. I trusted my team. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm gonna point out, because I don't want you to see me as infallible. What big mistake did I make here? Because I want you to be able to recognize it too. And it's not something complex. It's simple. I'm not asking a trick question.
I don't know, honestly. I would say I would default to like pushing in by yourself, but I don't know at this point.
It's not actually pushing by myself. It's that I stay here and paint, because I can drop this way and be fine.
Ah,
The issue is I take a second to fight. So do you see how I take a second to add some shots? If I moved immediately, I wouldn't be in this issue. Or I wouldn't be in trouble here.
yeah.
Like, let me back up to here. And let me clear screen. 'Cause, like, from my perspective, like, here, if I'm... Because my goal was actually to drop right side. I think I was trying to paint zone because I was hearing Yoshi yell to paint zone. Like, if I'm smart, I just squid roll down here and I rotate this way immediately. Like, excuse me, I pick pen? What? Huh? What the fuck was that? Whatever. Like, if I rotate that way, they don't really have a chance to actually shoot me. The issue is I drop and shoot twice. And you know how I was talking about information?
Yeah.
Do you see how I give up information to the paintbrush here? If I didn't give up information, I'd be fine here. So I point that out because, like, it's a huge thing for Brellas to know as well. Welcome to Brellas. There's a lot of fun things we need to know. I don't know if I'd say that we're the most technical class, but I think we demand the most, or I think Brellas demand the most knowledge. Also, I'm gonna find out here, because I drop alone with 2 people on me right. This actually goes better for me. Like, the big thing is I'm not giving up information and I'm not hesitating. Which hopefully that's easy enough to see. Like, again, it's a small thing, but it matters. And in this case, my team just cleans up. Is it pretty? Hell no, but Nothing about H-Knife really is pretty, to be honest. And then like, here, I'm just being boring, and again, I'm just adding options they have to focus on. Because fun thing about Esprella, and why I honestly think Esprella is better in general. Obviously, if you want to run Vrella, do it. I wouldn't encourage it though, because you can get to a weird spot like this and then just jet. Because the enemy
Yeah.
just doesn't respect me, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna pop jet here now. So I just sit here, and suddenly like 3 of them die.
Yeah.
Like removing their options is just as valid as a way of killing them as any other way. Also, I'm pointing out small things with flare. You see how I'm flare.
Yeah.
And I know I've made it clear. Also, this is why shieldless is valuable. Because if I try to commit to the fight there, I just died to Brella coming in. But instead, I can force them to at least look away from me, and my teammate can now go for the kill. Do they get the kill? Hell no. But you also see how easy that kill would be to pick up. Anyways, I'm going to kill my screen share for a second. Because if you have the time, I'd actually like to see you play a few games. Just focusing on the skills that we were talking about.
Okay.
And if you
What's
don't
it
have the
called?
time, that's fine.
I definitely have the time. I just gotta walk the dog first, if you don't mind waiting
fine.
like 30 or so minutes.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'll kill the screen share, or I'll kill the recording here then. Unless you have something you want to add to the recording. If you do, I would say now or forever hold your peace.
No, I think we're good.
So I will end
We're
the recording.
chilling.